And we're back. Vlog number 3 for Calgary Roofing and Restoration. I'm your favorite roofer, Jordan with Calgary Roofing and Restoration, and today we have a doozy for you. We attend a master class on ventilation. I feel like a lot of roofers don't take ventilation into account. They don't check attics, they don't realize what is going on with the ventilation system and make sure that your system is working the way it should. Whether it's sloped roof, whether it's flat roof, ventilation is needed in most cases. So we're going to a master class on that. We then have to go measure some roofs, guys. Lead flow is starting to come in now that it's getting warmer here in the next probably 3 to 4 weeks. So leads are starting to come in. We got to start taking care of customers, and the best customer experience in the city is Calgary Roofing and Restoration. Whenever customers live in an area that's a little bit out, we can't get eagle view, so we got to measure them ourselves. So we're gonna go measure that, and then we have some training going on at the CRRHQ, but we're gonna get all that today. Let's go have a good one. We just got finished with Ventilation Maximum Masterclass, and we are officially certified for install. We'll be on their website as one of their preferred installers. Absolutely awesome class, 4.5 hours. Very interesting on how to make systems work, where ventilation is needed, where the soffit vent needs to be, how much soffit vent is needed, where the vent needs to be on top, where the multiple vent needs to be on top. So they have systems that cover a lot more area than your normal turtle vent. And so it's just a very interesting class that I'm glad we took, because I think we learned something. I think we got better today, and I think we can provide a better service to all of our customers, really understanding kind of ventilation and what goes into it and how to make a system work properly. But now we're heading to a potential new customer's home. Like I said earlier in the intro, it's out a little ways, so we can't pull measurements online from the softwares we use. So we have to go manually do it. And so to manually do it, it's not like old school like you're thinking, where we're up on the roof with measuring tape doing all that. How we do it is we get a drone up in the air, we take a bunch of different pictures of the roof, and then we get a reference point for length. So maybe it is the driveway, and we say the driveway is 22 foot 4 inches. Now that is our reference point, and then we can use that to measure the entire roof via the drone shots that we get. Again, this is very, very accurate. We have to do that on all homes that are kind of more in rural areas outside the city. Excited to get all of this going, guys. It's, you know, there's not a ton going on. We have projects here and there on when days are warm, but it's exciting that, you know, the phones are starting to ring again. We are back at it, and hopefully in a neighborhood near you.
All right, guys, so the process here is get the drone up, get pictures from all angles, and then we need a measurement to make sure that we get everything right. And you can see already by this roof that we have some serious issues, and it definitely needs to be replaced.
Attitude mode. Fly with caution.
There's always a few homes that you got to do this for. So we'll come, our whole goal here is just to make sure we see the entire roof. Make sure when we go back and look at the office and actually get the measurements that we don't miss any like jut outs or hangovers or anything like that. It's just very important to have everything clearly documented. I don't know if you can see this. Maybe you can see that. Cracking all of the shingles. Shingles are lifted. Nothing's adhered anymore. That's just one area we can see right there, pretty clear with the drone. She knows she needs a roof replacement, so we aren't, you know, trying to come and give an assessment because that's already been done. She is attracted to our financing and wants to go with that. Then I come over here and we notice, so I want to pay attention to everything while I'm here because obviously we can help with a lot of different solutions, but I see that the fascia has come off here, and then the soffit as well has come off. So we will get pictures of that for our report. Now we need some measurements and we are good. And our little friend here. Just like that. I'll always go back and make sure our pictures are saved here, because the last thing we want to do is do all this work, get back to the office and realize that the drone didn't save them. I wonder if you can see this lower section via satellite. 2x4.25. So then we'll go into HubSpot, make sure all of our measurements are put in HubSpot so that we don't get back to the office and not have what we need. So guys, what I did here is I measured the back side of the garage from the end of this gutter to this eave over here, and I have that full distance there. Now we can go online via satellite and know that distance, we know exactly what it is, and then we can measure the whole roof off having that one distance to measure. It's pretty simple when you do it with the drone. It's simple to also pull measurements offline, but sometimes we can't do it. And then you get over here and you notice that the neighbor's got a shingle issue over here. So maybe we get this roof, turn it into more roofs, help more people in need. Best customer experience. That's what we're going for here, people. Now I have gotten photos off the drone into my phone. I verify that this section here is in the photo so that we know that that's the exact distance we're talking about. And now we can reference that and do the entire house. We got exactly what we need, and we'll go from there.
All right, guys, heading back to the office. Like I said earlier, we have our newest team member coming, as well as our consultant group that's going to start going over our systems and processes, which I am so stoked because we have the best systems in the business, literally creating the Uber-like experience, the best customer experience you could possibly have. And all that launches starting today and goes live on March 1st, which just may be posted after March 1st. So when you're watching this, systems are live. So check us out, try us out. I think you're going to like what you see.
Like, yeah, 3:30.
I'm excited about Zooper. I don't understand Zooper yet. I pretty much understand HubSpot.
This is the CRM menu. This has all of your objects, contacts, companies, deals, tickets.
First step in the process, after you create a new contact, obviously this pops up. This playbook's right up here in the top right. So then we'll click into that, and those are the questions we want to answer before we ever go to decide anything.
This playbook is designed to be a, let's call it 10-ish minute call, so that the customer feels confident that you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So that they don't just like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to call the next guy down the yellow pages on, online.
And if they don't like it, they're probably not our customer. Because a lot of people just kick tires and just, they don't want to talk to you. They say, give me a quote. And it's like, okay, well, you clearly don't want, us to do our job.
It is a bit of a weed out, but it also is going to, and you'll have your I don't have time for this. Like, okay, you know what? If you don't have time for this, then, you're probably not going to have time for me to go out there for an hour and a half and give you a rundown of what is going on with your roof, what a good solution for you is, and build a value around working with Calgary roofing restoration. Each trade has an individual ticket. This part is typically done by your production manager. Are you going to have one this season, or is it going to be you, somebody else, you? All right, so.
And I hope we need a production manager this year. That would be a good.
That would be fantastic.
I'm excited about
You
Zooper.
can see.
You don't have to have both of your jobs scheduled for it to move into scheduled. Just one of those jobs needs to be scheduled, and it will move into scheduled.
You guys say scheduled a lot different than I say scheduled.
I'm surprised he's saying scheduled. You had to pick that up for me.
100%.
I don't know. He says things weird.
I do.
Especially for roofing. Roofing has what's called service tasks inside of it, and you can actually assign certain service tasks to certain people, but then they also have these estimated durations, and they also have a checklist for every single service task as well. So, for example, do property protection. Oh, yep, checklist for, there's I think 3 or 4 items in there that are yes or no's. He has to complete that to be able to move on to the next task.
Can you add pictures to it?
Yes.
Like catch-all, is it set up? Boom, picture, front of the house, every single time. That's the deal with Job Nimbus last year and not having all of these, cool features is you're sitting there making notes and doing stuff, but it's like, if there's no exact process where stuff is just clear in front of you, it's gonna get missed at some point.
One of my favorite features about it is, but Sumo Quote, you couldn't go in there and be like, hey, based off of what I'm seeing in my inspection of all these things I'm asking, I mentally have to ask myself these questions, right? Whereas now we're putting those questions directly in. How many of, like, what are you seeing up on the roof? Do you have ridge vent? Do you have a 650 vent? Do you have any bathroom vents? Yada, yada, yada. And you're saying yes, 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 yes. And then from there, you say how many of each. And that will actually spit out what you have for a quote at the end of the day.
4.5 hours on venting. But it's like, nobody else does that. Nobody goes in the attic and looks. Nobody talks about venting. It's just like, they look at the roof and that's it.
Yeah. It actually baffles me that how many people are like, yeah, we just put ridge vents across all ridges.
So
You can't do that,
You got the certification. Do they give you any kind of badge?
Yes, they will. We got to take the quiz. We'll get that badge. And then I got to get the, since we're now moved up with IKO and it's official,
Okay.
I got to get those badges
Yeah,
for,
get
for estimates and website.
Yeah, we need to.
And then we'll have the HAG certification badge shortly as well.
Anything like that you get a badge for is like, get it on the website. That's going to help your SEO.
Yeah.
That's not, obviously not what we're talking about right now. But it's going to help your SEO. It's going to help your marketing efforts and all of that. So,
Yeah.
If the second you get it, it's like, yep, throw that on the website.
The nice thing about your inspection as well is inside of there, I actually have a specific question in there to say, hey, did we find any previous damage? And then from there, it actually puts a tag on it for damage. It'll timestamp it, stamp it, and geostamp it. So now, when the customer comes back to you, a month later after you've installed, and you've documented that their gutters were already damaged, you can pull that photo and say, hey, no, I noted that the gutters were damaged when I was doing my inspection. So it wasn't our crew that damaged it.
So, if they can't be made happy right away, figure out what it takes to make them happy. And it might be you getting involved. It might be like, all right, my site super needs to call the production manager and owner, and you got to make a drive across town to figure out what's going on and what to do there.
I'm always happy to do that.
You'll be able to figure it out. And
I don't want to be doing that, but
don't want
I'm
to.
happy to be doing it when needed.
yeah, but there's going to be something. I don't know what that something is, but there's always going to be something of like, hey, you know what? We'll be happy once this happens.
Yeah. How's it going?
Good, man.
It's good to see you again.
On a warmer day.
I know, it's not as cold this time. We got some smaller boxes too, which is nice. Until I got to put it together, I guess. All right, guys, you've seen us go to a venting masterclass. You've seen us go visit a customer, get some measurements. You've seen a meeting inside, guys. As always, we appreciate you showing up, checking out our new furniture. This will be in the next vlog. But as always, guys, hit that subscribe button, click the bell, leave us a comment. We want to hear from you, and we will be back with vlog number 4 next week. Thanks for joining.